Rico, which is dealing with the devastating aftermath of Hurricane Maria. Now, the official White House Twitter response noted that the country is already suffering from broken infrastructure, massive debt, and is in deep trouble. I'm not sure that's what they needed to hear right now from the guy who is supposed to be running the country. Yeah. I wonder if he realizes that these are American citizens in Puerto Rico. This is part of America.
Yes, and I think what was so frustrating when I saw his tweet when he talked about Texas and Florida are doing great, but Puerto Rico, which was already suffering from broken infrastructure and massive debt, is in deep trouble. Well, guess what, Mr. Trump? The reason that Puerto Rico is in deep debt is a little something called the Jones Act, which means Puerto Rican businesses, get this, have to buy goods off of U.S. ships made in the United States with American crews. Last I checked, and also Puerto Rico doesn't have bankruptcy laws. So when you get into trouble, you can't bail yourself out like Trump did 3 times with his businesses, right? So Puerto Rico doesn't have that.
Just let me interject that his Trump International Golf Club in Puerto Rico filed for bankruptcy in 2015.
Yes, because he can do that, but Puerto Ricans and Puerto Rican businesses, U.S. citizens, cannot. The other thing is, because you have to buy only from U.S. ships and U.S. crews, the prices are sky high. So it's very difficult for Puerto Ricans to buy things in the country, and it's very difficult for businesses. Where does Donald Trump make his stuff? Mexico and China. That's something that Puerto Ricans cannot do.
What they need to hear right now is help is on the way, because what's going on is they're having hysteria. No one can, like, people can't reach them and they can't reach anyone else. So FEMA is saying there's a lot of things happening, but when you're going through this, fear is the dominant thing. They don't have food. There are mosquitoes. There are diseases hitting them. Someone needs to say, we got you. Criticize your own, the political structure later. This is the time to say, we won't let you fall. Like, we got you. We're going to come out.
He didn't criticize the Harvey, the ones in Texas.
Everything. I don't think he realizes that Puerto Rico is part of the United States.
Well, he's been
I don't think he realizes that. Well, he didn't know Hawaii was part of the United States either.
Very good point.
But that's just me. That's what I'm saying.
I'm surprised. He got for the other two, that he wouldn't, it wasn't in his psychology to say, oh, well, I did really well.
Why hasn't he visited Puerto Rico?
Supposedly he did. They don't have a date. I don't know
where it is.
Do you think this will affect him the way Katrina affected George W. Bush? No, nothing affects him.
But you know what? It has affected us. So we're going to tell you what Puerto Rico needs. They don't have any food. They don't have any clean water. They have no safe place to be. The island could be without electricity for months. There is lack of temporary housing. It's mosquito-borne illnesses like dengue fever. Tourism, which makes up a large part of the economy, of course, is not going to be happening. The agricultural sector could be set back for over a year. And there is also now, of course, the major dam that is, on the verge of failing. So these are the things that we as American citizens have to think about, and we have to find out where we can bring things like soap and toothpaste and baby diapers and all kinds of stuff. I think the FDNY has a drive, and there's another place. But these are our brothers and sisters. These are our people. And so if we can help, we should.
Well, maybe we should put that on our website.
And I am surprised that, because Puerto Ricans are United States citizens, I'm just so surprised that there was this swell of support when the hurricanes hit Florida and hit the mainland. But we have heard silence from so many citizens. It's hurtful.
What do you think?
I hope it's not because Puerto Rico has a lot of brown people. And I hate to put it out there, but I really hope that that's not the case, that people don't realize that these are your brothers and sisters.
Well, the federal government may be having a different response than the people, because I know lots of people have been trying to, because here and all over the country, Puerto Ricans are everywhere in this nation. So everyone is trying to get a hold of families. So, you know, local markets are doing stuff, but the federal government also needs to step up and take care of Puerto Rico as we've taken care of Florida and
that big
everywhere
shift,
else.
the
It might also not, like the other thing might be too, though, it's easier for people to relate to the idea that it hit, you know, 3 states away or a place they've been before. I think sometimes it's a more innocent reasoning that in their minds they're like, Puerto Rico is that like they don't necessarily know, because I'm not saying that that's a reason to, but on the heels of 2 other major ones, I think it's less that people are judging it. It's just that with it being an island,
everywhere.
It's
It's about all the places that have been Barbuda and.
I hope that it's innocent, and I do hope that.
I mean, there are 12 places that we have to help get back in shape. I mean, some places like Puerto Rico, Barbuda, gone.
Barbuda's completely gone.
Completely gone. And, you know, it's so overwhelming, but we have to do this as human beings. We have to take care of each other. But, you know, and you know, I'm going to say something, because people were very upset that I called him the bum in chief.